Hello, this is Mark from Productive Computing and Productive Computing University. You are about to watch a selected JSON lesson from our free course called JSON Fundamentals for FileMaker Developers. Knowing how to create, parse, and manipulate JSON is essential in order to integrate FileMaker with the world of APIs, Claris Connect, artificial intelligence, and more. In this complete course, we'll cover everything you need to know about JSON from the perspective of a Claris FileMaker Pro developer. We're making this course available for free because we feel it's an important and essential building block for you to understand in order to advance your skills to the next level. And once you learn how to manipulate JSON formatted text, you are that much closer to accomplishing your first API integration in your own FileMaker apps. And like all our other courses at Productive Computing University, this course comes complete with downloadable FileMaker files for you to use and follow along with. These downloadable files are available directly in selected lessons inside the course. There's a link in the description to enroll in this free course called JSON Fundamentals for FileMaker Developers at productivecomputinguniversity.com. Okay, now let's dive into the lesson. In this lesson, we learn all about creating JSON arrays. So what is an array? An array is simply a list of values. And the most simple format can be identified this way. We have a straight bracket followed by a value and a comma between each value. Because these are numbers, I don't need it in quotes. Then I'll end with a straight bracket. Now, if I were to take this simplified text and put it in a JSON parser, it would identify it as properly formatted JSON text. Although when we think of JSON or see it in day-to-day usage, it's typically not written in this way. Using another example, we see that an array can also contain text strings. And if you are going to contain text strings, it does need to be in quotes. Here we have left bracket, quote blue, comma, quote red, comma, quote orange, right straight bracket. Now typically you don't see an array on its own. It's usually defined by some key. Here we have the key favorite animals, and then the array, or the values of my favorite animals, elephant, red panda, and flamingo. And then that left bracket indicates that one or more values are about to appear. Now in these three examples, we see a single word or number representing a value or a list item. But arrays can contain more than just a single element. They can contain entire JSON objects with complex nesting. For our example in the file that we're about to look at, we've already created a JSON object representing a single record with 4 fields: age, company, mailing list, and name. The key indicates the field name, and the value is to the right of that after the colon. The entire object is encapsulated in braces, a left brace and a right brace. But what happens when we introduce a second record? We have to tell the system that a second record is appearing, because otherwise our keys would be duplicated. In other words, I wouldn't want to put age 1, company 1, mailing list 1, name 1, and then age 2, company 2, mailing list 2, and name 2. My fields need to maintain their original key name. So this is where we introduce an array. Now the array will have a new key introduced, which is, in this case, contacts, which indicates the entire table, each array item containing an entire record's worth of data, known as a JSON object. So if we look at the formatting of this, we start with the left brace, we put the key contacts, colon. Then we have our one and only left bracket, and our value of that is an entire object. From here to here is an entire object, also known as a record. Notice the comma. So as we construct this, we'll be creating the record, and then we'll be inserting the record inside as the first value of the array. Then when we come to the second record, we'll create that record and insert it inside the array. And then the third record. So the completed JSON payload, if you will, or the completed JSON object will look like this. We'll have our key contacts with an array. The first item in the array is an object itself, a JSON object containing 4 fields or 4 keys and their associated values. Record 2, record 3, also known as item 2, item 3, our closing right bracket, and our closing brace. What you see here is very typical JSON. When you look at it as a whole, you immediately say to yourself, looks like I'm looking at a single table with 3 records. Each record contains 4 fields. So now let's replicate this exact scenario in our sample file. Thanks for joining us on this lesson. To enroll in the free complete course, click on the link in the description or visit productivecomputinguniversity.com, where you'll find both free and paid courses on today's most important topics related to the Claris FileMaker platform.